So guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Now today I'm doing a different type of video. I'm doing a story time. I haven't done one of these before and I feel like I've got quite a few funny stories to share with you guys, and we're going to start off with probably the scariest, the funniest and the craziest story I have to share, which happened on a school trip. Back in GCSE days, I was doing GCSE geography and it was kind of one of them times for a trip to Sicily and Italy. So the story kind of begins when we arrive in Italy. So we arrive there, we see our hotel, there's like a corridor with different rooms, there's all the students, and at the end of the corridor there's the teachers. In our room there was 4 single beds, there was a balcony looking over some fields, a toilet and a corridor with some fans at the top, and basically the teachers decided who would share with who after we put down preferences on a list, and there was me, Bailey, Owen and this guy called Alex. Now me and Owen were quite sensible at the time, we barely even drank to be honest at that point in our lives, and then there's Bailey who I think he drank a fair bit before, and then Alex that was just pretty much crazy. Alex was the type of guy that didn't really care too much about his GCSEs. I think in the end he didn't actually even get GCSE geography because he just couldn't be bothered to do it with the coursework. But anyway, back to the story. So we're exploring all the ancient ruins that were in Sicily because the town got burned down or destroyed at one point, and then we're looking at the sea, we're looking at these rivers and everything geography basically. One day about midweek, I think it was a Wednesday because obviously we went for a week, there was time to go with our family and kind of see what presents we could buy them. So as you do, you start walking around all the shops and everything like that, and you start scouting out all the good gifts. At the time, Alex looked about 17, and I think you only needed to be 16 to buy alcohol in Italy. And basically, we'd done our shopping, we got a bit bored, and we thought, you know what, let's buy some alcohol. Well, I say we, it wasn't my idea. I think it was mainly Alex and Bailey. So yeah, after we finished up shopping supposedly for our family, we headed back to the hotel where we had dinner and then went to our rooms. It got to the point in the night where it was almost lights out because you know them standard school trip rules where no talking after 10, lights out after 10 and be quiet after 10, you know, that sort of thing. You know, I got to that point where it was getting kind of late, it was almost time for bed, we was kind of bored, and we had this thing where we'd throw Pringles at the fan and just shout paprika. I have no clue why, but we just did. So obviously after we picked up the 2 bottles of vodka earlier on that day, we thought, well, you know, let's crack them open. So you know, we cracked them open. I had my first ever shot, got a nosebleed. So then obviously after that I decided to retire from drinking because Owen I think had a shot but nothing else really, and then Alex and Bailey, they were out to get drunk. But obviously with it being year 9 you don't really know your limits too well, so basically I get a nosebleed, go in the toilet, you know, sort it all out, happy days. I come back in the room, we've got Bailey and Alex absolutely wasted in our room, laughing, shouting, throwing Pringles at the ceiling, shouting paprika, and then yeah, then we realised like we could get in trouble here from our teachers if they find us. That would be like straight exclusion, straight kicked off the trip. Like they warned us explicitly, do not get any alcohol, otherwise there will be serious repercussions. So we realised we didn't want to get in trouble, we need to get rid of the evidence as any good criminals would do back in year 9. So Bailey picks up this vodka bottle and he's seriously good at javelin. So he runs to the back of our bedroom, stretches out his arm like a javelin, sprints out to the balcony and just lobs this bottle, no joke, at least about 40-50 metres, and he literally just throws it into this field. Perfect, happy days. We head back inside and things start getting a bit freaky. At this point, Bailey and Alex are absolutely hammered. If you saw someone like it now, you knew they was going to pass out at the end of the night. So as time goes on and we get louder and louder, we start getting knocks on the door by the teachers. You know, we do the classic, pretend we're asleep, and then get back up and start partying again, you know, 4 guys party, yep. Skipping through some time of being very drunk, basically Alex is like passed out in the bathroom. Bailey somehow ended up naked. My memory has escaped me on how Bailey was pretty much naked, and we hear the teachers knock at the door. So obviously I'm like, crap, Bailey's naked, they're hammered, it's so obvious. So I literally grab Bailey, chuck him in his bed, try and hide him under the covers because he's almost passed out by this point, like I'm so drunk. And the teachers come in because somehow the door was open or they went to get a key or whatever. They see Alex basically passed out in the me and Owen pretending to be asleep in our single beds, and I think Bailey was very close to getting away with everything and pretending to be asleep. But there was like the teachers obviously come and say like, you know, get up. Alex is pretty much passed out in the bathroom, what's going on? Get up, get outside in the corridor. So we're like, oh my goodness, Bailey is so screwed. And then I don't even know what happened, you know, I don't even know what happened, but basically Bailey tries to stand up, he's slurring his speech, absolute nightmare, and he's naked. Me and Owen went outside into the corridor. Owen's pacing it up and down like, oh my god, we're gonna get kicked off a school trip our parents have paid for. It's only halfway through the week. We're gonna get excluded from school. I was just playing it cool. So back inside the room while this is happening, Bailey's laying pretty much flat out naked on our bed. He's being dressed by one of our teachers. Alex is passed out in the bathroom, and eventually some other teachers came in our room. They escorted Bailey and Alex back into their kind of quarters essentially and fed them jugs of water after jugs of water. Me and Owen and I get sent back into our rooms and get a serious telling off and talking to. We literally just headed straight to bed after that. Literally about 2-3 hours later on, Bailey stumbles back into our room, still absolutely hammered. I don't know how he got out of the teacher's quarters or why they let him go. Pretty much woke me up straight away, and he's just, you know, dancing around as you do when you're drunk. So I thought it'd be a good idea to prank him. So I moved the bed frame forward away from the wall and pushed the mattress up against the wall. So imagine this is a mattress, this is a normal bed. What I did was I moved the bed backwards and the mattress forwards. So there's now like a gap underneath underneath the top end of the mattress, so that it's like a seesaw. When somebody sits on it, they're just gonna go from that to that and fall through. Bailey didn't have a clue what I did. He came, fell back, and was trapped, no joke, like this, with his legs in the air, crunched up against his body in our room. I was genuinely laughing for about 25 minutes because he was so drunk still, even after being in the teacher's quarters, that he couldn't get out of it. And that is basically how he went to sleep that night. That's all I remember. And then I think I fell asleep, he fell asleep, and Owen fell asleep. The teachers that night decided what the repercussions would be. So the next day we woke up, me and Bailey look at each other, start laughing like, oh my goodness, what happened? Bailey was hungover, I was fine. I think Owen was a bit more worried about like, what's the repercussions gonna be? And basically, when we went out for breakfast, the teachers pulled us over, had some long ass chat with us. Then they put Bailey and Alex even further away and had an even longer chat with them. Subsequently missed out on a few of the activities that occurred during that day. So Bailey and Alex then had to have a teacher with them at all times, I think, after that. Part of the serious conversation was that they was this close to getting sent home. How was they going to get sent home, we asked, basically. They would have to get a chaperone, a random person, pay them, come out to take Bailey and Alex home because they were obviously under 18. That would leave it even more expenses to Bailey and Alex's family. It was almost a nightmare. They wasn't going to get any of the money back they spent on the trip. But luckily they agreed to be good essentially, and they got a second chance. So they continued the trip under supervision. I actually didn't almost get kicked off the trip. It was mainly them two. Obviously they rang our parents and told us about like, you know, your son has done this, your son's done this on a school trip. It's very bad. Then when we arrived back to school, I think Alex and Bailey got excluded for 4 days. I just had a talking to by a teacher with Owen, and then from every school trip onwards, they searched our bags to see if we had any alcohol, and Bailey's bag got checked like 4 times during the ski trip of 2014. But overall, Italy 2014 was probably one of the craziest trips I've been on in my life. But yeah guys, that's been me explaining why Italy was so crazy. If you have enjoyed, remember to leave a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe down below, and let me know if you want me to continue this series. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.